Yo, what's up? It's November 4th, 2017. Today is actually my birthday. And with that being said, tonight there are a great amount of fights going on tonight. You have UFC 217 as well as Wilder versus Stiverne 2. So, start with boxing. You have Adrian Granados taking on Shawn Porter. That matchup, Adrian Granados' last match, he lost a split decision to Adrian Broner. Honestly, I thought he edged Adrian Broner out, but the verdict went the other way. So, with that being said, I mean, tonight taking on Shawn Porter, someone who thoroughly gave Adrian Broner the beats, up until the 12th round when he got dropped. But nevertheless, this matchup right here, like, it's a clash of styles. I mean, it's a forward rushing guy against pretty much a high volume type fight. So I think this fight is gonna go to the card, no doubt. I think Shawn Porter is probably gonna edge it out. I'm gonna say 116, 112, somewhere around that area. As far as Deontay Wilder taking on Bermain Stiverne, the first fight, it was solid. I think this time around, I'm pretty sure Wilder want to look for the knockout. I'm pretty sure Stiverne, really wants to get it in with him. I mean, he wasn't like that far off in the first fight. Wilder couldn't get him out of couldn't hurt him, like talking about it. So, but with this one, I say Wilder takes this fight. But I actually think he might get the stoppage this time, like possibly around round 9. But hey, man, if Stiverne pulls off, what some people might call an upset, I don't know about being an upset. I mean, the man has fought a lot of cans. But hey, man, so if Stiverne wins, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I think Wilder somehow, he takes it TKO. About round 9, round 10, somewhere around that area. Moving along to UFC 217. I'm not gonna talk about the whole card. I mean, there's a lot of fights on the card, but the fight that's probably the most intriguing to me, outside of the title fights, of course, is Jorge Masvidal taking on Stephen Thompson. I feel like Stephen Thompson probably should have been the champion. Hey, that's just my opinion. The first fight ended in the draw. Second fight was relatively close up until like the final, 45 seconds when Tyron Woodley just turned it on and almost got him out of there. But tonight, 3-round fight, taking on Masvidal. Masvidal is notorious for chilling in short fights. Just chilling, period, man. Like, if he don't get you up out of there within the first 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying, you can guarantee the next 5, man, he's going to take time off. Excuse me, he's going to be out there just big chilling, man. That's just what Jorge Masvidal does, and that's the reason why he has so many losses on his record. But tonight, I think he needs this win a lot. Both guys really need this win. But I think Masvidal, I want to say Masvidal can take it by decision. And simply based on the fact that Masvidal is like pretty much good everywhere. He's not great anywhere. Like, his boxing is really good. You know what I'm saying? He can kick with the best of them. He can wrestle. He can grapple. He can do it all. He's, I guess you could say a jack of all trades, master of none. And Stephen Thompson, excellent striker. But, he still haven't really seen anything of him on the ground. He has, like, pretty good, takedown defense outside of getting pummeled by Tyron Woodley. I mean, Tyron Woodley is one of the best grapplers in the division as far as wrestling goes. I shouldn't say grappler. I should just say wrestler. But, yeah. So, I got Masvidal by decision. Moving into the title fights, you have Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw. I think this will be fight of the night. Both guys have the power to finish the fight, speed, technical ability. But I think they will put on the show. And I hate to say this, but I think this fight will be marred in controversy, either with a draw or a split decision. For either way, I have no pick in this fight. This fight, is gonna be controversy either way, unless someone finishes the fight. If it goes to the cards, I think it's gonna be some BS, some Shevchenko, Amanda Nunes type stuff going on. But that's just what I think. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if it happens, it happens. If not, hey, cool. I really don't care who wins. It is what it is. I mean, I fuck with Dominic Cruz. That's my dog. Nah, but seriously though, moving on. The women's fight, Thug Rose against Joanna. Man, I like Rose. I like Rose. I like Rose. Just not in this fight. Rose, anybody can be beaten on any given night, any given day. The only problem that I have with Rose is that she's tough, but she breaks down at certain times. Like against Carla Esparza, everybody was picking her to win the Ultimate Fighter. I even bet people that Carla Esparza would beat her, even with her limited striking ability. They didn't believe me, but it turned out to be a grapple fest. The fight tonight, she definitely can win. She has good stand-up striking. She has a really good ground game. But getting Joanna to the ground is tough. I mean, you have Andrade couldn't get her down. Claudia Gadelha could not keep her down. And I don't know if Rose has as much strength in her wrestling as those two. I fear that this fight could look kind of like Joanna versus Panay. And I got Joanna by a third round TKO. And the main event, one of my favorite fighters finally making his return, taking on another one of my favorite fighters, Big Biss. But I don't know if George been away for a while, man. You got beat up by Steve Rogers. Then you got smoked on the kickboxing movie. Hey, I don't know, man. It's just he been away for quite some time, man. I mean, 2013, bro. It's been a long time. Michael Bisping, he's been doing big things. Knocking out Rockhold, who ironically is fighting in the background on this video as I'm using Nick Diaz. I was getting annoyed playing this matchup. But yeah, man. So we got Michael Bisping and GSP. If GSP goes out here and gets smoked, it's gonna look bad because people are gonna say, why did you give him a title shot instead of guys like Jacare before he got knocked out, or Yoel Romero before he got knocked off by Bobby Knuckles, or Bobby Knuckles, who is the rightful #1 contender. So if George goes out here and gets destroyed, it's just gonna look bad, period, because you had 3 people that could have got a title opportunity. Hell, even Musashi could have gotten a title opportunity. Granted, he did look terrible in his Bellator debut, but that's water under the bridge, man. It's over with. So he ain't in the company no more. So you have all these other legitimate contenders for the throne that could have came in and challenged Michael Bisping, but instead they went with celebrity over everything. I mean, if there was a welterweight championship match, I can totally understand GSP jumping over everybody, since he is, in my opinion, the greatest UFC welterweight of all time. You know, so, but giving him a middleweight title shot is kind of crazy. And him being away from the sport so long, it's going to be tough. That's tough. And Bisping definitely could pour it on him and rock his socks and get him out of there. It's a toss-up for me. I'm not even going to lie. This is a toss-up. Like, I can see George, 25 minutes, you know, getting the decision somewhere like 49, 46. You know, 4 rounds to 1. Or I can see Michael Bisping just stunning him and just pouring it on him and getting him out of there somewhere between the 2nd and 3rd round. It could be either one of those things. Anything could happen. Just sit back, enjoy the pay-per-view, enjoy boxing tonight. This is just my opinion. I'm nobody. I'm just somebody that watches these fights, and I'm just giving a goofy opinion on my birthday. Happy birthday to me once again. And shout out to y'all, man. Anybody that watched this video up to this point and you see this stuff that's going on in the background, my man with the low kick, you know, it's like, yo, if I was recording this joint live, bro, I was doing so much cursing, YouTube might X my video, you know what I'm saying? They already gonna hit me with the yellow thing, you know, and minimize ads or whatever. Like, I don't really care about ad revenue anyway, you know. I just put videos out because I feel like it. I haven't been putting out many lately because I've been tired coming from work. But yeah, man, I was cursing so much. I was just getting pissed off fighting this dude. But I knew eventually, you know, 209 was gonna come through in the clutch. You know, I was just trying to play the stamina game. Like, I knew I couldn't beat him. Like, my stick skills can't compete. Like, he beat me to the punch, he beat me to the kick, like, every time. So I was like, all right, I figure out something to wear this dude down. And I noticed that, yes, he was parrying a little bit, but he wasn't he was blocking way too much. So I just started spamming the lead right to, you know, destroy his block. And you see his block. His block is being broken down slowly. Here we come. Here it is. Oh, there it is. Lay him down. Get him out of there. Finish the fight. Ground and pound. W's. You know, champion versus champion. I keep my belt. He loses his. He goes back to Division 1 or whatever the thing is. Level 1. I'm still out here holding the title. 8 title defenses in a row. I'm trash at this game. And as far as UFC 3 trailer goes, I wasn't hyped at all. You know, hey, I mean, the Kanye, I am a god. Hurry up, I'm a man of God. You know, like, I mean, that song was cool in 2013. You know, that was like the hardest song on that album, by the way. Because, I mean, that Yeezus album was trash. But, yeah, man, like, hype factor, not really hype. I mean, when the beta comes out, I'm going to play it. I'm going to see. Till then, man, Undisputed 3 is still the greatest MMA game I ever played. I'm just waiting on a new boxing game. That's all I ask for. You see, I don't throw too many kicks. I just throw punches, man. That's what I do. A happy Nick Diaz is a good Nick Diaz. And I'm out. Holla at y'all whenever.